Hi guys, this is Rob, and in this video we're talking about the formal linking words on the one hand and on the other hand. These are going to be super useful for you if you're writing for an English exam or if you're giving presentations, specifically when you want to discuss contrasting ideas. Let's get stuck in. Today I'm up on the roof with my co-working, which should be great. On the one hand, it's a beautiful day outside. But on the other hand, I'm a bit worried there might be too much noise going on. Linking words. We're here today talking about on the one hand and on the other hand. After you've watched the full video and you feel like you've got a really good understanding of how they work, is the best time to put them right into use. So write a practice sentence and leave it in the comments underneath this video. This is the My English Teacher Rob channel, where we're all about helping you to become more fluent and confident in English. So if you enjoyed this video today and you found it useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and turn on that little ring-a-ding-ding-dong bell notifications so that I can let you know next time I upload a new video. On the one hand and on the other hand, there are two main things that we want to remember here. The first one is that these are formal linking words, so they're going to sound great in your essays and in your presentations. The second thing to remember is that they're used to give contrasting points and opposing sides of an argument. Opposites, that's a key word here. I'm still not sure whether I should record my videos on the roof. On the one hand, I can enjoy the beautiful fresh morning air and the sunshine. On the other hand, it is the middle of winter and it's a little bit cold. On the one hand, working from home saves time, as it is not necessary to travel to work. On the other hand, it could become very lonely. On the one hand, that movie had fantastic special effects. On the other hand, it was a little bit too long. So let's take a quick look at the grammar. The first thing we want to remember is that when we put these connectors at the beginning of a sentence, you're going to want to follow them up with a comma before you give the main sentence. In speech, this is going to be represented by a pause as you're speaking. The second thing is, if you use on the one hand, you must use on the other hand as well. Otherwise, to the reader or the listener, it's going to sound like you've got like a loose end that you haven't tied up. They're going to be waiting for you to give the on the other hand as well. That said, it's quite alright to use on the other hand by itself without on the one hand. And in fact, we do this quite a lot in normal, natural speech when we give a contrasting argument. Let's go to the supermarket, we can pick up some things for dinner. Oh no, wait, on the other hand, they're probably pretty busy right now. Maybe we should leave it for later. We could buy Sarah a new TV for her birthday. But on the other hand, that might be a bit expensive. Now let's look at some of the typical mistakes that I see students making with these two connectors. I'm pretty sure a lot of these mistakes are arising because in many languages, European ones in particular, you've got similar connectors in your own language that are almost direct translations, or they look very similar, but they don't work in the same way grammatically. So it's important that we look at the detail. The first most common mistake that I see is using on the other hand to give additional information that does not contrast. On the one hand, traveling abroad enables us to have new experiences. On the other hand, it allows us to gain an understanding of other cultures. This example usage is incorrect because both sentences give advantages of traveling abroad. They don't contrast. You're trying to use it to say, and here's another thing to consider. But in this case, you should be using something like additionally or in addition. The second most common mistake that I see is following these connectors with lists, such as, on the one hand, there are many advantages to traveling abroad. Advantage 1, advantage 2, advantage 3. On the other hand, there are also many disadvantages. Disadvantage 1, disadvantage 2, disadvantage 3. While in this case we have got the basic meaning correct, that there's a contrast in the ideas, this is stretching the link too far. There's too much distance between the one hand and the other hand, and when we get to the other hand, the reader or the listener will have forgotten that you mentioned one hand in the first place. What you should do instead is give one clear advantage and then give a clear disadvantage. For example, on the one hand, traveling abroad broadens the mind. On the other hand, it can be a little bit expensive for some. Now it's your turn. If you feel like you've understood these connectors clearly, go ahead and write a practice sentence and stick it in the comments underneath this video and share it with the rest of the community. This is the My English Teacher Rob channel, where we're all about helping you to become more fluent and confident in English so that you can go out into the world and make new English speaking friends and connections. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you right back here next time. Thanks for watching, bye for now.